SafePal just told 39,798 hardware wallet buyers something leaked. Not their seed phrase, not their private keys, their name, their home address, their phone number. The keys stayed in cold storage. Everything wrapped around them did not. And that is how a storefront bug turned a security company into a mailing list. On August 16, 2026, SafePal posted a security update and emailed every affected customer directly. The subject line was blunt: "Your SafePal order information has been affected." The company called it an authorization flaw inside its order tracking plugin, the parcel tracker, not the wallet itself. That distinction sounds small. It is the entire story. SafePal makes cold storage hardware wallets, the S1 and the X1, plus a companion app, since 2018. Binance Labs backed the company early, which gave it visibility far beyond a typical hardware startup. The pitch is simple: keep your crypto keys offline, somewhere no server breach could ever reach them. That pitch is exactly why this breach reads strange. The vault held. The shop right next door did not. Picture an online order tracker like a coat check ticket. You hand over a number, you get your coat back. SafePal's order tracking plugin was supposed to check whose ticket it actually was, and only hand back the coat that matched. Reporting compared the flaw to something almost insultingly simple: changing one digit in an order number and reading somebody else's receipt instead of your own. No password cracked, no malware installed, just a door that never asked for ID. The path was almost embarrassingly simple. A customer opens the order tracker, swaps the order reference. The system never rechecks who is asking. Someone else's name, address, and phone number load on screen instead. Automate that, run it at scale, and a parcel tracker becomes a customer list. SafePal says the exposure covers orders placed between March 2, 2025 and April 11, 2026. Total customers affected: 39,798. Names, email addresses, shipping addresses, phone numbers, full purchase details for anyone who bought a wallet in that 13-month window. That is a delivery map for people who specifically chose self-custody to stay off exactly this kind of list. Here's the first turn. A parcel tracking bug leaked identities. SafePal insists the wallets themselves stayed sealed. Is that reassurance, or a smaller relief than it sounds? Once you know exactly what a name and an address are worth to the person reading them? SafePal is specific about what did not leak: seed phrases, private keys, wallet passwords, bank details, card numbers, government IDs. The company says it never even collects those for a simple hardware order. So the vault genuinely held. But for self-custody buyers, people who bought a wallet specifically to stay off company databases, a name and a home address is its own kind of breach. The timeline gets uncomfortable here. SafePal's own account says it received a report consistent with this exact issue back in early May 2026. At the time, the company treated it as an isolated case. One customer, one weird glitch, not a systemic flaw worth a full investigation. It took until July, 2 months later, for a full review of the order processing pipeline to actually confirm the plugin flaw during that investigation. 2 months sitting between a warning and a diagnosis, while orders kept shipping and the plugin kept answering questions it should never have answered. Second turn. If someone flagged this in May, what had to happen before July before anyone believed them? That gap is usually where trust breaks first, quietly, internally, long before the public ever hears a word about it. There's a second failure hiding inside the first. A separate configuration error stopped SafePal's scheduled data cleanup between September 2025 and April 2026. It didn't cause the access flaw, but it kept older order records sitting in the database long after they should have been gone, stretching the affected window back to March of last year. SafePal's own privacy blog once promised hardware orders were deleted after 6 months. Other company pages, at different points, cited 30 days or 12 months. 3 different retention promises, made it 3 different times. One silent cron job that honored none of them for 8 months straight. On disclosure day, SafePal said it patched the flaw, added new security measures, and set a fresh 90-day limit on how long personal order data stays in its systems. An outside security firm was brought in to independently validate the fix and review the wider order pipeline. Customers can check their own exposure using an order ID and shipping country on SafePal's site. The company also says it identified and took down more than 30 fraudulent websites tied to scam activity built around the breach, a cleanup crew running behind the same headline that created the mess. Then, the very same day SafePal went public, a seller appeared on a cybercrime forum advertising a matching dataset. Same count, same order window, even offering to check victims against SafePal's own verification tool. SafePal says it is aware of the listing and cannot confirm it is genuine. Third turn, is that forum dataset real, recycled from somewhere else, or a bluff writing a headline? Right now, nobody outside the seller and SafePal actually knows, and that uncertainty is exactly the point of a listing time to land on disclosure day. For buyers, none of this is abstract. HelpNet Security reported one customer describing a suspicious email, letter, and phone call back in May, someone referencing their exact hardware purchase. SafePal says that contact didn't come from the company, and there's no confirmed link to this breach. But for someone who bought a device specifically to feel protected, a stranger already knowing their order feels like the vault failed anyway. Security researchers keep flagging the same fear for hardware wallet owners. A name, a home address, and proof you own crypto is a target list for phishing, and in rarer cases, for someone showing up in person. It is a very different threat model than a stolen password. SafePal itself tells affected customers to contact law enforcement if they feel physically at risk. SafePal isn't an isolated headline this year. CryptoSlate and CoinDesk have tracked a wave of hardware wallet-adjacent incidents. A cold card key generation flaw linked to more than $100 million in separate Bitcoin losses, a Trezor shipping partner breach touching thousands more customers, and Ledger's own order data exposure through a payment provider earlier this year. Different companies, different root causes, the same uncomfortable pattern. The wallet holds, and something standing right next to it doesn't. Here's the lesson underneath all of it. Cold storage protects your keys from the internet. It does not protect your name and your address from your own vendor's checkout page. Self-custody was never supposed to mean disappearing from every database that ever billed you. It just meant nobody could move your funds without you standing right there. If you bought a SafePal device in that window, check your order status on their site. Assume your name, email, and address are already out there, and watch for messages that reference your exact purchase. Don't move your funds out of panic alone. SafePal says the wallets themselves were not compromised here. But if you already handed a seed phrase to a suspicious caller or site, treat that wallet as burned and move to a new one today. For any company sitting on identity data next to a security product, the fix is unglamorous. Check authorization on every single record lookup, not just the login page. Audit your retention cron jobs like their production code, because a silent scheduler failure is still a data breach. It just waits longer to be found. Figures here come from SafePal's own disclosure and reporting from CoinDesk, Security Week, HelpNet Security, and CryptoSlate. Full links in the description. We cite the counts. We don't invent them. Which corporate failure should we open the file on next? This was SafePal. This is corporate breach.